Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida. Dana is off tonight. He was murdered and then set on fire while celebrating his birthday.
Fuck yourself with a rubber hose. Stuff it in your mouth and down your throat. Up your nose or in your hiney hole. I don't care where it goes. And it don't matter if you're straight or gay. You should fuck yourself anyway.
Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. Didn't work today, so I only got 5 hours in. Absolut Vodka Cranberry. One of my personal favorites when I mix it myself. And when that happens, oh, sorry. It's usually not 4.5%. Personal favorite. Last one is too, but this one's like a yanker kind of a favorite. It's humid. Hey, Spiegel. Hey, Spiegel. Okay, Spiegel. Hey, what's the temperature outside?
Currently in Duluth, it's 79 degrees.
What's the humidity percent?
The current humidity in Duluth is 52%.
What's the smoke index? Hey, Google. What's the smoke index?
According to Purple Air, the air quality reading nearest you is unhealthy, with an index ranging from 152 to 160.
Fucking Canadians. Losers.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Wasn't fucking talking to you. Did you hear me say, yo, bitch? Yo, rotating light, twat weasel? Don't speak to me like that, or else they don't speak to me like that. Smells like a cranberry vodka. Cheers. I missed you. Only one of you. Try and guess which one. Ooh, nice glass. Oh, in the reflection, that looks like a gigantic penis right here. Cheers. Oh. This one's the best so far. It's the second one from the group. Personal favorite. When Sharky gets there, he's gonna go, oh, it tastes like Eric. Right now, he barfed up some of his dinner. Okay, first in on Hibiscus Blonde from Castle Danger. Satch Boogie Fan. Hell yeah, brother. Yep, we lost another one. Since the last time we've been together, we lost Ozzy. Well, we lost that black kid from that one show, and he died because I don't know. And then the Hulk today. Damn. On This Is What I Voted For, Smile at It's a Purdy. Jolson says Echo 8. Echo 8 is a miss. Then on Bloody Something, he says Charlie 7. See, 7 is a miss. See, Jolson's playing the dartboard game. On Bloody Something, Cobra says A1. A1's already been called, and it was indeed a miss. Redneck Juice, Smile Money says first being first. Bad says back to the top or the bottom. J-Dog is here at work. Likely. Mr. 27 is third. Multi-Gunman says third whiskey, third beer, third to be naked, not necessarily in that order. And he says to Miss 27 says Multi-Gunman, naked, brew babes, brew jugs. Smile Money says, keeping dip in your fridge is so much better than putting it in your mouth. I agree. First time I ever had Copenhagen was purchased exclusively for a scene in one of our movies that we were making, and I'm like, how bad can it be? I had that all packed up, and I don't think I was spitting any of it. I think I swallowed all of the liquid, and then the next thing you know, I thought I was going to die. My head was spinning, and oh yeah. Okay, so yes to both of these. And remember the other day I was telling you the story that showed it to Christine, and she said, yeah, Matt can stick it in his ass. And Christine liked it so much. It's broken. Oh, that's bullshit. They didn't send me the right one. I'm only checking to make sure, and then I'll verify it with you, and then we'll all cry together. Okay, my orders. I'll take 2 of those, please. Okay. Just for the record, let's get the story straight. Uncle Tom was down fishing and it was getting kind of late. Bare Bones Railroad Lantern Antique Bronze. Vintage inspired LED. Huh. Oh. Product damage, better price somewhere else. Didn't approve of this purchase, no longer needed. Wrong item was sent. Was the product removed from its original packaging? I'd rather not answer. Tell us what item was received. Not the color I ordered. How can we make it right? How can we make it right? Kick product support. Okay. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Okay, well, Christine liked it so much she ordered the bronze one. The bronze one. She likes the bronze one. She liked it so much, she said we should have one for each level of the house. Now what? Rich Huff says, cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Zeus, cheers deplorables. Zeus, you know that this is the backup channel, right? Why are you never over at the other channel? Zeus, finished my first week as a security guard. It went okay. Smile Money says to him, be safe. Cobra says, nice. Jolson says, did you get to unlive anyone? Unalive. What did I say? Unalive. Did you get to unalive anyone? Multi-gun man, I'm here. Now what? Oh yeah, whiskey. Miss 27 says, purple drank. Smart Money with the read more button. Sweet. Are you sure that a cargo van price wasn't for an EV model? 5% interest, $8 to $1,000 a month for $5,000 loan. Your Subaru might over the cost of installing shelving, etc. Then to drive a big ass van around for joyriding, you will be paying twice the price for gas. The good news is you can have it paid off, be Social Security, full retirement age. Well, supposedly 2035, is it 2035? That Social Security is projected to have run completely out of money. The good news is you can have it paid off. Does a van take more than a half an hour to unload? Depends on what you're loading and unloading. I don't even know. It's been since Sunday since we've gotten together last, and I've been going back and forth looking at things, and first I came to the conclusion that I could probably do one of those smaller vans, and then I had a chance to look at one, and I'm like, nah, I don't think it's going to work. And then I thought about it some more, and I was like, well, maybe I can take this stuff and not have this in the van and blah, blah, blah. Now, keeping in mind, I have always had everything with me. When we get to a job site, there was no having to go back to the shop and load up a chop saw or the table saw. My van was simply a rolling shop. And so I'm thinking, can I make it work? Can I make it work? Can I make it work? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can make it work for a short amount of time, because there's such a price difference between the little van and the next size up, or the big one. And I'm not talking about new, and I wasn't talking about a penis right there, McLean, fucking sick prick. So I decided that we were cruising through the parking lot, or actually we were waiting to meet somebody, and we were over at Warrior Battalion, and the dude pulls up with the exact van that I have on my phone as a consideration. And Christine goes, well, that's not it, right? That's a small van. And I go, that's the van. And she goes, are you out of your mind? She goes, how would you just get your sanding equipment in there? She goes, I've seen your sanding equipment sitting in its own little corner in the garage. And she goes, I don't understand how you would even get your sanding equipment in that van. She goes, you're out of your mind. She goes, I don't want to listen to, oh, I got it because I couldn't afford to get something else or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she's right. I mean, those little vans are basically the same size interior as a minivan. So, back to the drawing board. I don't know. But she's 100% right. I want to be able to have my chop saw, my table saw, the air compressor, the air guns. I mean, like I said, for what, almost 20 years straight between two different companies, I had a van that had everything. There was no place that I went to do anything other than, other than to stock up on more sanding grits. You know, I had enough belts and edger discs for both of the machines with me at one time to probably do 2 of the worst case scenario jobs. So, I mean, I don't know. And then of course, Ford has one that's about the right size. I don't know if the Transit. And then the Dodge is the Pro Masters. And I don't, like I said, I do not want. I mean, the only way I'd ever get a new one is if I had won the lottery, and it'd have to be a small lottery, because if it was a big lottery, there'd be no reason to have a work van. Well, no, I could maybe start my company and use it as a way of sheltering money, so I could, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll cliff note it, and we'll be done with this conversation, maybe, is that something like the one that Christopher has, the little tiny small vans. This, like Christopher's, the little tiny small one is not gonna work. I mean, I would literally cry if the drum sander still wouldn't fit through the back door. But yeah. Yeah, I showed her the dream one, that whole, just enough of a lottery to be able to, buy out a few things in cash and put retirement money aside and know that I didn't have to work the rest of my entire life, but I do have to work right now. But you can go ahead and get yourself a van. I showed her the Absolut one that it was the Ford Transit 350 with the extended roof. Basically, it's just set up so that you can stand in it. Maybe not a 6-foot guy, but I can stand in it. Yes. Does a van take more than a half an hour to unload? Smart Money, the answer to that is it depends on what you're doing. I would say the bare minimum is a half an hour. It easily took me a half of an hour to bring in just the sanding equipment on my first sanding job, and there's no repairs, so the only tools that ended up inside were a hammer, a nail set, and a nail puller. Now, if you have a job where you have repairs, then, or if you have an installation, if I fully plan on doing hardwood flooring installations, which means I have to have everything. Table saw, jigsaw, chop saw, nail gun, compressor, sanding equipment, everything. Cobra says, well, hello. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Bad. Cobra, good thing about getting a van is putting your business logo and information on the side. Literally a rolling advertisement. This is true. Very true. It's absolutely one of the cheapest forms of advertising that you can have. Din says maybe he can get Matt's kid and Lily to do an Iron Maiden style mural that says 454 flooring and more. Ben N. Cheers from India. Ben, how's it going? She's proud of them there, titties. McLean, Eric, I will send you the profits from my street walking. Sweet. McLean, Eric, something off tonight? You're funny.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Klein says, what about a Ruger LCR or whatever? A little pocket revolver. For what? Was this about the conversation of... I don't know, what was the conversation? See, sometimes content is good, especially, I mean, if it's been more than 5 minutes. McLean, when is Olight going to have a green reticle? It's a good question. McLean, Hellion. Hey, I have enough money to go get one. Just kidding. Or, if I've been informed by the guy that I'm the owner of the house, and he is also a used car salesman, and he said that I am dreaming about getting $10,000 for my truck and the plow. And I said, you know, that plow is like $6,800 all by itself, because he told me that I could probably expect to get $6,000 for the truck and the plow. And he goes, yeah, I know. I guess it's worth whatever somebody will pay for it. But hypothetically speaking, let's say I don't get $10,000 for it, which would be really nice, and I only got $7,000. I mean, I can tell you the one, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea, so Matt, if you're watching, Matt says that I should keep the truck, that way I still have the truck and the plow for possibly making some side money come winter time, which is possible. I've made money, but compared to what, you know, someone would actually make. But I've also never advertised, I've never sought out any income. You know, I didn't put out flyers, I'm not driving around with Eric's Plow Service, because it would be listed as something completely different and not 454 flooring and plowing. Yeah, he suggests that I get a trailer, an enclosed trailer. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying from 30 years of plus of doing nothing but commercial stuff like construction, even a big job site, unless it's so big that you actually have stuff like your own. I mean, we've had jobs that were so big that we actually had our own job site trailer. So when we went to go take break, we'd walk out to the trailer. You know, it was heated and heated with propane in the winter, and the microwave in there, and blah blah blah, that kind of shit. But the normal scenario does not, you know, George W. Bush, it wouldn't be prudent. No, it wouldn't be prudent. I mean, in a typical scenario, I mean, I don't want to be towing this thing back and forth every single day. And very seldom do you ever have a job scenario where you have an off-street place to leave it. Then, if it's an on-street scenario, all I'd have to say to someone like Matt is, Matt, how would you like it if I was working across the street at not this Mike, but that Mike. If I was working at Mike's house and I was going to be there for a frickin' month, and I got there on day one and I dropped my trailer and I left it sitting in front of your house. And the only time it ever moved is when I calendar parking, because we can park on the even side this week and the odd side next week, and it switches back and forth. And people would be pissed off. I'm trying to think of even the last time the Spook House had a spot I suppose I could have left, possibly have left a trailer, but there's just no good place to put it, which goes along with back here at my house. I don't have a fucking place to put a trailer. I mean, take some of my fence down and park it in the yard. Trailer would be, honestly, it'd be a clusterfuck. It would make it possible for me to not have to sell the truck, but it would be a clusterfuck. I'm going to not say more. I will let you know when I find out how the situation is resolved. I'll just speak in code because I like to normally not say anything until I've actually had a chance to talk to the company, and you know, sometimes it's nice to, you know, not everything is always right. Sometimes something slips through. Something gets mixed. A part is sourced from a different company, and it just didn't. It's how companies deal with bad situations. Sometimes I really like to tell you that I dealt with this company, and this happened, and they bent over backwards and rectified the situation. So, but we'll just say, at this very moment in time, I do not endorse one of the latest products that normally their stuff on a scale of 1 to 10 is an 11. I thought about changing some stuff out. I decided I didn't like the offset Viper on here. I decided that the Scorpion with the laser, I mean, maybe one of you could tell me that that's a mistake. I mean, if I'm going to listen to anybody at this moment in time, if you're just taking a guess, then you're just taking a guess. If you're actually someone that's been through the situation, and that would be, say you're hunting at night with night vision, and you're also hunting at night with a laser. I don't know how much that happens, but I've seen it. Jeremy was talking about the hog hunting, and I went on, and there was one 300 blackout night scopes with laser. And I can tell you, with the Scorpion with the laser right there, and in the darkest scenario that I could find the other night, having the laser on is very interesting. It is the equivalent to having a laser and being in a lit scenario like this, filled with smoke, and how you can see the laser beam so nice and crisp. Well, it was just like that. That beam is a perfect line, nice and crisp and not so bright that it's all distorted, but then whatever the laser's hitting is definitely noticeable. And so I was thinking, you know, especially having the laser very close to the you know, right in between the bore and where the scope is, that it probably wouldn't be all that bad. But then I'm thinking, you know, if I'm actually shooting that, how much am I actually going to be shooting that in complete dark? I'll probably be using it in light mode more than I'll be using it in dark mode. And then, so how much do I need the laser? On the other hand, maybe the laser would be cool to put on Alice, because at close quarters, and I'm holding it by my side, I now can know where that bullet's going to go. First there was a fail to be able to tighten it down, because this is the fourth one of them that I've had, and it's got squared off so that you can either put a wrench on it, or the slot is like so that you can put a nickel or a quarter in it and use that as your wrench. It actually doesn't work all that well with a screwdriver, because the slot is radiused out like a coin. Having said that, that one is basically just for show now, because it won't tighten down, because the assembly is stripped on it. And then I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna get it sighted in, use it to co-witness with the EOTech, and nope. I spent over 15 minutes with in the middle of that I give up session, and then because I'm Irish and stubborn, I went back to it. Nope, I could not zero it on a laser dot. When you go to raise the dot, it would go from here, it would start to move, and all of a sudden it would appear up here, and I would like lower it down, and it would lower all the way down, and then it would like pop over here, not even up in the same spot up and down, just now it's over there. So I am working as slow and as delicately as I can, and I get it right level with the dot, not on it, because it needs to move to the left. And as I take the wrench, all I do is I pop the wrench out, and it's moved completely off of where it was. So after delicately getting it to stay in place, I now put it in the windage and start to turn it, and it went like... So after 15 minutes, I thought, if this thing is jumping all over the place that much, what's it going to do when you pull the trigger? Huh? So, at this moment in time, well, first of all, you can't buy one if you want to, because they have had such a rush on them. I suppose anybody that had one went, "Ooh, it's cool, man. This one's bright." It's not. I can't say that it got brighter, because the first one I have is the prototype, and the second one I think is 1300 lumens. And then the third one jumped to 16. This one stays at 16. The controls are different, and it adds a laser. But it's completely screwed. And I never even tried to adjust it all the way up until I'm like, okay. Right? I was like, oh my god. Frustration. So here's a general question for anybody that will answer, because a couple of you who watch all the time do catch this shit. Where are we? Only 33 minutes, or already at 33 minutes, by how you want to look at it. I decided, smile money, that I actually unsmile moneyed. Now, this is where I would like the new XP22 Pro, the one with the laser in it, which is this one. I would like to keep it on Alice. The only way that is worth having this discussion is if I forego the front sight because of the laser. So I had two possibilities. I would take the front sight and stick it on the rail and lock it down, not super ass tight, but enough that you know it would never come loose, and it's basically in its storage position. And if something happened to the EOTech, I would simply take the XP22 off, or take the sight off, take the XP22 and just move it back so I have a flashlight, no longer have a laser, and put the front sight back in place. Or do like I've done and just get rid of the sights. I moved the magnifier back when it's in its pistol configuration. The eye relief is perfect with it right here. So basically I'm saying, would you just take the sights off and leave it like that? Or are you somebody that maybe you don't like having you wouldn't compromise. You don't want to, you'd rather have a laser than the sights, because otherwise all I have to do is move it back a little bit and put the front sight back on it. Like I said, I was somewhat considering stowing the sight on it, but then I just went, you know, for something like Alice, as a mostly a defensive get home bug out bag gun, and one of my personal favorites, I would probably utilize the laser more than I would utilize the flip up sights. So I did that. So that got unsmile moneyed. I guess if anybody out there does a lot of nighttime, you know, operator shit or hunting, is there a reason to have a flashlight with the night vision setup? Or is it really necessary to have a flashlight and a laser setup on something like this? The one thing I would like to get my hands on, I don't know if I would want it bad enough that I'd buy it, but Brinite hasn't come out yet. It's advertised, it just hasn't hit the consumer level yet. It's called the T40, and it's basically this flashlight, but I believe it's all built in. It has the infrared, UV, white, red, green, and maybe blue, and it sounds like it's a matter of basically switching something on the flashlight. This particular one does all that, but you actually have to swap out what they call the pill. So right now that is only an emitter for the Wraith. It is not anything else. If I want that to be a flashlight, or I want it to be green, or I want it to be red, I physically have to unscrew the cap and swap out the LED setup in it, or they call it the pill. Ooh, baby. I need to have a shutdown day. I need to put everything from this fridge into that fridge and shut one of these down. My ice cube, or should I say, fast cool down tray, is almost 80% blocked on this one and about 60% blocked on the other one. You know, David asks about this all the time, so, you know, I just got to do it for him. There's so much right going on right there. Jolson on Redneck Juice says J7. J7. So there's a cord traveling through. J7 is a miss. Jolson, we need cowbell. No, we don't. Jolson, maybe put a link in the description so we can go give you Google reviews. You know what? I don't know if you can do a Google review for me. I still have to do my my fill out my thing, and one of the things is I'm supposed to actually do a video for Google so that I can show that I actually have a business. Commercial Superior Floor Care. No, I'm not showing up when you actually directly say 454 flooring. Oops. Hardwood flooring refinishing near me. Ooh, people are actually paying a sponsored one. Okay. Google.com wants to know. There we go. Near me, the number one comes up is Cloquet. More sponsored. No, that particular time I did not come up on page 1. The last time I did a search, oh, here I am on page 2. Hardwood refinishing, 454 flooring and more. Dilute. So without that coming up like that, Jolson, I do not know. I actually had him add some stuff to my thing. New gallery pics from my last job. Well, the first one as the company solo, and I had them add a hardwood floor care sheet to my website. So after I'm all done with the job, it's something that the customer can come back and read, and it actually came out pretty good. Let's see, Tom, quote of the day: when you give government the power to make medical decisions for us, we in essence accept that the state owns our bodies. Ron Paul. Well, I personally, I don't understand how there hasn't been a revolution over just that alone. It's such a crock of fucking shit. It's like, my doctor says this is the meds for you. Insurance company says, no, those are expensive. Let's try this one over here. What the fuck? You're not the doctor. You're an insurance company, and you're full of bullshit. The doctor has the final say. End of fucking story. Let's put this in the same category as the magazine Disconnect, okay, Smile Money? EMT, E6, and toot toot. E6 is a histaminer. It's a hitomatic. And all aboard. God damn it, Bobby. Mr. 27 says, Brew Boomy doing the van life. Down by the river. David J. fucking Brown says, using vodka to kill the taste of the mix. Epic.
That is such fake news.
David, Eric, you said if I won the lottery, I'd buy a new work van. Bullshit, you'd never work again, like the rest of us. Anne Hathaway. He could be right. But I was thinking that I didn't win a Gigantar. I just got, say, well, for Christ's sakes, the van that if I was treating myself, the van that is like all of the, actually more than the creature comfort features than Christine's Honda Pilot, is the one that was $70,000. So let's just say, I do a scratch off and I win $120,000. I invest whatever's left over after treating myself to a van. Actually, at $120,000, I don't even know if I do that. Well, no, because if I sold the truck, or we're not talking about this. Din says, sub-comment, if Eric won, so many people would win, he'd only get $8,000, and somehow he'd have to pay over $9,000 in taxes. And Cobra thinks that's funny. Well, he's fuck me. He's probably right. Christine says all the time, if we actually win, we're going to make sure that everybody that we care about is going to be set up. So, yeah, Din, I could see that. After we're done helping everybody, we're broke. And we actually end up owing money that we don't have the money to pay. Possibility. Yes. Come on, baby, light my fire. Sharky, how does it work out? I'm going to keep this one. See, it worked out. So now what happens with this one? I kept the one that I had, right? So now what? Mike says, cheers, bro. Cheers, Mike. Then he says, see there, if you fucked up, you needed 6 shots of vodka in there. Only if I'm making your drink. Then he says, I can't get that cheese here. Sometimes, if I got paid money by somebody saying, I can't get here, Mike, you'd finance my next van. Obviously, you need to move, Mike. I mean, if you want certain beers and Limburger cheese. Sharky, cheers all. DRGAR, sideways on duty. Here we go. Oof. Oofta. Sharky, what? No way. You have a Smith & Wesson 610? God. He says, I never knew that. It's a sweet shooter. Hey, how many other people in Holland can say, I'd scratch that for $1. How many other people in Holland can say, I shot that? Okay, so me and Christine turned in our CCW stuff with the sheriff the same fucking day, right? I got mine in the mail last week. Or Monday. Saturday. I got mine in the mail on Saturday. She did not. Or was it Friday and she did not? Either way, it still isn't here. I don't get it. She keeps saying, they're just not going to give it to me. They have to. This is a shall issue state. Our fucking sheriff has no choice unless you legally can't have a gun, which isn't the case. So I don't get it. And then this is a different sheriff. Lightman was the sheriff that signed off on my first one, and he actually was a person that didn't believe that the public, only you blessed fucking blue people, should have guns. And he had no choice. He had no choice. We are a shall issue. Unless you legally can't, they can't stop it. So I don't know what's happening. But hers expired yesterday. Titties. I drink the titties. She's got a nice little hard body. There's lots of pictures of her in this rotation, but I was going to say, I'd take the next one. And I'm okay with that because I got more pictures of her. Basically, it's just the tattoos that I don't like. Sharky with Picatinny rail on top of the flashlight enables you to stack those lights and make the ultimate mall warrior gun. What an useless concept. Wow, Mr. Passive. I didn't even look to see. What, did I miss one? Or is that the next one? Talk about Mr. Passive Aggressive. I don't know. Spiral Money gave me some credit, actually, for the whole issue on the cases. As long as I don't take everything at the same time. I wouldn't have been able to do that anyway. So, all in all, it is a good thing, because I couldn't take all of the guns, and if the case is just set up for one in particular, and that's not the one I'm bringing, now I've got a case that I believe the way I have that cut out, and it is cut out, it's not where I have to change anything. I just open the fucking case, drop the rifle in it. I checked, and I basically know that for what is here and configured, it could probably take 10 or 11 different options. The only thing I did not try, basically I'm saying, my guess is it can take every configured AR-15 I have. I did not try any AR-10s in that case. Plus I got the new one that I traded off my buddy, which is basically just a little bit shorter version of the it's the Blackhawk case, but it looks like a Pelican case. Haven't decided how I'm going to configure that. If I bring the, well, not if, I am going to bring the shotgun. I'm going to bring the shotgun to Texas. My plan is the HK VP9 Tactical and ammo for that. Alice and ammo. And the shotgun. And for all I know, I'm going to come back with no. I have a 50 cal ammo can that is filled with shotgun shells, and other than a few things that I have, like upstairs, there's a That small pump shotgun is on my side of the bed because I think there is value to the sound. Not to mention, maybe one of the most perfect home defense guns on the planet is a shotgun. I personally fucking hate the Shockwave. Nihap, J-Dog, you can stick your fucking little shotguns right up your ass, for all I care. Now, having said that, I was a little bi-curious over the Remington one that was a semi-automatic with the small grip. I know I'm losing the sound, but if I have to go with one of these little tiny wrist breakers, that would be the way to go. And I would probably figure out a way to mount it over my head in my truck. Now, if I got that van that I want, it has a high roof line on it, so you could do all sorts of things as far as being able to stick it. But as far as in the house goes, on my side of the bed is several pistols, but my go-to, if something goes bump in the night, I have the FN57 and the TRL laser. It's a green one. She's magnificent. And then the shotgun. So I probably do the shotgun because I have some, nasty stuff up there. Can't remember what round it is. The one with the, it's not just a slug. It's that home defense round. Yeah, this right here, we are in the 14 on the scale of 1 to 10. She's not a redhead, but she's like a 13.5. Sharky says, Echo 7. E7 is a hit. And Sharky stuffs that one right next to the Titanic and that little submersible that was made out of packing peanuts and some fiberglass tape. And I will be writing this down, David J. Brown, with my Warrior Brewing pen. Number... Sharky, 1, 2, and a 3-plugger. So, if you're wondering where everything stands, Cobra's got 1 and Sharky's got 1. But Cobra also found Colonel Mustard. So, if he wins the drawing, It was being able to pick one of the 2 knives, or maybe it was just going to be, I think Colonel Mustard prize was one. I was going to let someone pick either the Razorback or the Battle Box one, and to be honest, I kind of like, I'm going to die with enough knives. Probably still in the fucking box. Sharky! No, you end up with the next girl after you passed on your previous one. After the other game of keep or pass begins. Oh, okay, so hypothetically speaking, I'd keep this, but for the sake of the argument, I pass. I pass on you. No, you end up with the next girl after you passed on the previous one. But then what happens after that? I keep her and the game's over? And I just call you and say, hey, my dick is purple? Oh, well. Okay, so I passed, so I have to take this, Sharky. So now what? I have her. How's the game go? See, I'm confused. How does the game go forward from here? I passed on the last one. I'm stuck with this, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. and I have the rotation set for 30 seconds, and it actually, I might have been able to go 31, and it's too late on this one. So what's happening with the game with this one? What was that? What am I doing wrong? Because I passed, I got her. Is a round. Does that mean everything starts all over? Now I keep this one, or I pass on this one? I mean, overall, I'm passing. I mean, it's kind of creepy. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I almost need some whiskey, multi-gun man. But today's a day off. Even though today was planned as a day off, but I went in for a half a day, and glad I did because I got paid. And then me and Christine, actually, I'm glad I did because I'm almost made enough to pay for half of the expenses for today, because me and Christine then went up to her work and got our passports, along with ID cards or whatever it is that. It's the full-blown version of I can go visit Sharky, but I can also go visit Samantha. I can go visit NIHAP. I can go to everywhere that I can possibly have to fly. It's all covered by that right now. And here's the weird thing, is first of all, the passport is the full-blown version. I mean, if you get an enhanced ID or you get the whatever the fuck it is, the passport trumps all of them. So that was the way to go. And believe it or not, the fuck I get on my watch band. God damn it! There's like $9 down the drain. Let's see, enhanced ID or either way. The turnaround time was actually best on going for the passport. Maybe it's because less people go that route, because it was also the most expensive way to go. I've never had a passport. I feel like I'm going to be some kind of an espionage, like a CIA spook kind of person now that I have a passport. I'm going to have to hide my papers. Let us see your papers. Where are your papers? Christine's telling me, be prepared. Mornings are usually pretty brutal. We're probably going to spend half of a day at the DMV. Walk through the door. Christine, what, you can't get enough of this place? What are you doing? Me and my husband are getting passports. Well, start with him. Let's take his picture. There's nobody. There was nobody in the lobby, and there was 2 people being helped by the 7 or 8 people that were. Yeah, we got out of the car and back into the car, and you could have probably still lit your cigarette off of the manifold. Sharky SH Classic Cowboy Bathtub Outro. Hell yeah, Bobby. Oh, and the last comment. Bad says, Captain, you need to do the 1 chip challenge. I have done the 1 chip challenge twice so far. First it was the original one, and that chip actually looked, she looks like she spilt on her shirt. She's got some like strawberry jelly or something right where her nipples would be. The first time I did the 1 chip challenge, it was when it first came out, and that chip looked a lot like a Dorito. Then the next time the chip challenge that I did, the chip looked kind of like it was dipped in swamp water, like a greenish color, and it was a little bit hotter. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hot, but Bad, if you want to come on over, what the fuck happened to them? I can't imagine someone would steal them to eat them. those fucking peanuts from hell. Holy shit. The tube of death. Story of my life. Once again, look, something else that's supposed to be sitting right here that just, oh, there it is. The tube of terror. And you're supposed to eat this whole tube. I've had 2 of these peanuts. I mean, at once. And then I had another one other time, I think when Jim was here. And then I thought I would just show off and put my peanut in my beer. And it made, yeah, I'm keeping this. It made that beer so hot. It was good, but it was the hottest of any hot beers I've ever had. And then I thought, okay, the effervescence of the peanut boiled off an hour 6. We gotta go. Boiled off all of it. The peanut was clean. I couldn't have washed it any cleaner. Figured it was safe to eat. Okay, so this is where I tell you what I think. I'm gonna hit the button. Find out who showed up for the club. Oh God, that is a nice looking field. I would so harvest that. I mean, just perfect rows. And when you're driving, you go right in between them. Okay, so this. Bad girls. What you gonna do when they come in, you bad girls? Absolut's Vodka Cranberry. With the exception that mine would not be 4.5% if I made one. It tastes like you took Ocean Spray cranberry juice and put some vodka in it. And I like these as an alternative to beer, kind of a drink. For being legitimate, tasting like it should, the only thing I'm going to dock it for it all is alcohol level. So I'm going to give this one a 9. So I needed some replacement parts for a holster, actually for Christine's carry. So Christine finally has a holster for her carry gun, and she can't legally carry now. And I needed to space it out just a little bit more to get the retention level that Christine wanted. So Pete said that he'd send me out some stuff. Let me say that Pete never misses an opportunity to mess with you. I don't even know what I'm missing on this. Maybe I should read it more closely. Well, he threw a little money in it, and then he sent four of these. Christine laughed hard and kept 2 of them, seeing how she parks in the mall parking lot. I was supposed to get my business logo on those magnets today, and it hasn't happened yet. And then this is how the parts showed up. Pete never misses an opportunity to impress. Okay, in the club, Cobra, 58 minutes ago, I just got notified you hearted one of my comments from 13 days ago. Amazing. I'm sure it was a miss. I believe it was. Jolson, the 2 Hearted Sunny Slopes Club needs cowbell. Jolson, you are absolutely right. Ed, love you, baby. That's right. Fuck you, ATF. Exactly where do we fall that my AR has a bottle opener on it? And thank you, Stephen Bush. Sorry, Snoopy. All these years later, I have been given several. Oh, look, the laser fell off. All these years later, one of the most cherished items on Alice is that bottle opener. Ed, Mr. Holster, Justin, welcome to the club, boys. He made her this holster. Usually he puts something like the Rangers suck on the opposite side, but he actually didn't. Whoops, sorry. Sorry I blew up right there. Yeah, get rid of that. I mean, does anybody... I'd go for some ice cream. Does a single guy out there think that it's sexy when a chick has the same thing that they identify cows with in their nose? Just asking. Ceremony. Well, this is Welcome to Brewery View is on Cheers Clubbers. Oh, I was shopping on Amazon and have shipped some beaver to you. One is actually Kolsch and the other is hot and creamy. They will be coming on 2 separate days so they don't fight. Laugh out loud. Oh God. I'd pass. We're passing. Yep, I like where this one's going. Bad says, howdy, Clubbers. Bad. Rich says, cheers, Clubbers. Cheers, Rich. And Ben N says, boom. Where's Cheapo Gun Guy? Ow. Cheapo Gun Guy, if you hear me say this, I just want you to know that you were missed. And Jeremy, where the fuck's Jeremy? He's probably fishing, doesn't have time to watch this shit. Maybe since Sharky's the resident expert, maybe I just need to go 100% with whatever Remco, well, Jeremy too. I respect their opinions. Backup sights and a flashlight, or flashlight, laser, and no backup sights. Oh, that's not where I'd put it. John Huber would demolish this motherfucker. That's the setup that I want. So I have close, far, flashlight, laser. I mean, that's if it's, I mean, I want to be able to, I want to be able to dial this in. I mean, right now, if I turn it on, I can't completely, well, actually I can. I'm holding it in place. I notice that the laser doesn't jump around quite as much because it's so much closer to the plane of the sight. So I think this would be pretty decent. It appears to be a pretty bright laser. Maybe it'd be easier to see, especially with the magnifier. So I guess in a strange kind of way, final configuration of Alice is no iron sights with the Brinite laser flashlight combo. But obviously something needs to be done about this, because to me that one is unacceptable. So until it's resolved, I am going to keep with the theme of no irons, and I'll keep the this was the last iteration, 1600 lumens, just one switch, but you can double tap it and go strobe on it. Ooh, good thing I looked. This would be another scenario where the EOTech just doesn't automatically turn off. And of course you have to hit the buttons, god damn it, perfectly together to... There, turn it off. Then, kind of a side question for anyone that made it this long, keep 60 rounds, 60 rounds, or 60 rounds. This or this. And Sharky, I'm also looking for your opinion. Leaving this strip down, or would you put a laser on a night setup? Thank you. I love you. Okay. Checking the club. My girl. Again. Nice. This isn't the best of the breast. I mean, best of the rest. Let's do something unique. We'll go over to the rumble. Sort by newest. Okay. 3 days ago, Redneck Ramblin' said, "My rednecks in the... Any rednecks in the house, raise your hand." Do I get any credit for this? Redneck says, Does Rumble not allow emojis? That's lame. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Then Redneck says, "Where's Smile Money? Somebody go wake him up. Captain's on." And then Smile Money says, "Wake me up. I was just resting my eyes." Okay. Alrighty then. Then we need to go to the actual video. Oh, I missed out. I'm passing on this because if she had big tits, I went sort by newest first. Okay, who got screwed? Who got screwed? I didn't see Sharky, so, or sorry, I didn't see the ninjas. So Miss 27 says, "Oh, Google talking about oral sex on the bunghole." See, that's so. I got her in the lottery, and now I don't know what happens. McLean, Eric, I'm up to my tits because of you. Okay, that one got pulled. It's hot. Salty, man can live on nakedness alone. That got pulled. Oh, shit. Well, brother, welcome to the fine state of Minnesota, where, as your governor, we're going to drink beer and shoot ARs in the basement, brother. Sharky, you see it? Wow, that's kind of a... What's the last thing you remember seeing? No. Hey, would you like me to open your beer for you? Right there, bitch. It's a beer. It's right, beer opener. Oh yeah, baby. The baby Jesus is happy. Oh yeah, ATF, go fuck yourself. It's kind of creepy looking. Okay, I've left you guys with a lot of assignments. We'll see who actually plays along. And again, rest in peace, Ozzy. Hulk Hogan. I'm going to do one last click and go. Nobody. Okay, tomorrow, locked and loaded. You know, to be honest, I don't know if there's going to be a show. We'll see. I get custody of my sister this weekend. And I really enjoy the family time because, guys, nobody on their deathbed is going to wish that they could have maybe spent more time at work or whatever. So I'm gonna check with the boys, but if I don't have a show, that's probably why. Love you. Bye.